Daniel chapter 6, beginning at verse 1. All right, let's read. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 satraps. Now, let me tell you what a satrap is. That's someone that's official in power. Okay? And a satrap that we talk about, most of this word is mostly used in the book of Daniel, and really you only find it in the Old Testament. All right? So, it pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 satraps to be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 governors, of whom Daniel was one, that the satraps might give account to them, so that the king would suffer no loss. Then this Daniel distinguished himself above the governors and satraps, because an excellent spirit was in him. Now let's stop right there. An excellent spirit. I want to talk about, what does an excellent spirit look like? An excellent spirit doesn't mean you're perfect. An excellent spirit means that you know everything. An excellent spirit does not mean that you're always right. You ever meet people who swear they're always right? And in the back of your head, because sometimes it meets your eyes, you're like, no, you're not. No, not really. An excellent spirit begins in our heart. An excellent spirit begins in our posture and what it is that we're trying to accomplish, right? Because let's say you're trying to cook something, right? And it's the first time you're cooking it. And you're following the directions. And you put the number of ingredients in it, but sometimes your oven don't match the oven that was talked about in the recipe. And then when you put it there for a whole hour and yours come out, it's burnt to a crisp. Or you put yours in there for the hour that the recipe calls and it's still raw. Because it has to do what? Adjust to your oven. Even when you're talking about cooking popcorn in a microwave. The first thing that I realized, don't pay attention to the directions. Because if you put popcorn in there and it says 2 minutes, and you leave it in there for 2 minutes, you're going to get what? Burned popcorn. So what you have to do is listen for the pops. Is that right? So it's going pop, 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 pop. That's when you know to do what? Take it out. We don't care what the mistake. Because we learn how to cook our popcorn in what? Excellence. Because let me tell you, burnt smelling popcorn don't go nowhere no time soon.
Oh, you said where the trash.
In the trash. You ever been there working somebody popping popcorn and now it's burning and now I'm mad? Because I like the smell of fresh popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
It's lovely, buttery. Get out of here.
It's like in the movie. Yeah.
Really? Sister Sarah said she liked burnt popcorn. Oh my. Really?
Burn.
Really?
Burn popcorn.
Man, I have never heard of that. Oh my. Okay. Well look, we're gonna keep you. We still gonna love on you. Right. I've never heard of that. But what happens is, when the popcorn burns, you ever notice how long it lingers? You know how long that smell lingers? You're like, that was 3 days ago. Terry, your burnt popcorn is still here. Yeah. But let's think about our work toward the Lord. How long does our spirit of excellence stay with the Father? It should linger. When we're operating in an excellent spirit toward God, in the things that He's called us to do, that fragrance should always, not just that moment, not just 20 minutes. Tomorrow, the Lord should still smell that excellent spirit, because that's how we want to operate with Him, is in an excellent spirit. It's right that do the best you can. Just a little bit more than that, because sometimes we just do the best we can, because that's what that. But sometimes we have to do what? Do a little bit more. Is that all right? Sometimes I have to catch myself. See, when I was growing up, we had to, when you clean the kitchen, it was wash the dishes, wipe down the refrigerator, sweep the floors, catch that stove, make sure them counters, and that got on my last nerve. So when I became a grown adult, and dishes is washed to be good. Right. I'm doing what? Just enough. I'm doing just enough. I'm doing just enough so that the good elder not run around. We ain't got no clean dishes in this house. No, it's somewhere. Listen. Right. So when we think of it in the excellent spirit, is where we're supposed to be and more. Because we want God to bless us excellent. Well, the Bible says, now unto him who is able to do exceedingly and abundantly. We want him to bless us like that. But how are we serving him? We have to serve him in excellence. We have to serve him in abundance. And there are times that comes we have to serve him beyond how we feel, how we look, how we think about it, who's here, who's not here. And this doesn't just reside in this house. This takes place in your house, where you are. How are you serving God in your house, where you live? What kind of excellent spirit are you giving to the Father like that? Right? So here it is. Now, Daniel was working. Now, Daniel was a part, also, he came into this country along with the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Right? And a lot of times what we associate in the book of Daniel are just those 2 stories. The stories about the 3 Hebrew boys, and mostly what we know about Daniel was he was thrown into the lion's den. But here's the thing about that. Daniel had to be in a good space with God to survive that lion's den. Okay? So a lot of times, Lord, use me. Oh, God, throw me in the lion's den. You're going to be ate up today. Because you ain't never said that. I like this side of the room say, I ain't never said that. So, when we operate in an excellent spirit, it doesn't matter if somebody sees you or not. It doesn't matter if somebody pats you on your back. One of the things they used to tell us growing up, the Lord knows. They used to get us every Sunday at church with them. You know, well, your mama may not see you, and your daddy may not see you. I'm like, no, my daddy see everything. My father saw everything. I'm sitting in the choir stand, thinking I'm talking on the low. I look over, that right eyebrow is up. That means I have been caught, and now it's about to be over. And not when I get home be over. Now we're going downstairs in the basement, and we're going to handle that. Like, what happened? Can't we talk about this at the house? His motto was, where you show out is where we going to show out. And he meant that thing. Right? But they would tell us, well, you know, the Lord sees everything that you do. And as children, we're like, oh, but we become adults. And so I want us to, what does my spirit of excellence look like to God? Not to me, not to your role. What does your spirit of excellence look like to God? Let's go back to Job, and when the enemy was out running around, and the Lord asked the enemy, have you considered my servant Job? And what did he say? Yeah, no, I hadn't. You got him locked up. Can that be the same thing that God says about us? See, God offered Job. Job out here just doing the best he can, doing what he's supposed to do. Behind the scenes, God and the enemy had a whole conversation. And in that conversation, he says, have you considered my servant Greta? Now, Greta over here doing, and Lord, keep me day by day. Oh, God, I'm doing the best I know how. And there's a whole conversation going on behind her head, and God is about to say, I pick her. That's right, Star. Your name came up too. At some point in time, all of our names have come up. But here's the thing about it. When God allows there to be troubling, you've done something right. Okay? God is not going to allow trouble, or what we call trouble, if you're not able to handle it. Now, we just don't like trouble, period, whether I'm able or not. We old and we tired and don't want to be bothered. You know, here we go again. The second Tuesday after the fifth Friday, and I be doggone, here he come again. But when we remember that our spirit of excellence is unto the one who made this. Our spirit of excellence is unto the one who kept you the last time when you should have lost your mind. The last time when you should have lost everything that had your name on it. The time when you could have been Job or Jobette. God held you in the palm of his hand. So then it becomes, why can we not give them our best spirit of excellence? So here we go with Daniel. Daniel was determined to give God what belonged to him. And that's where we've got to see where we are in our own individual lives. Are we giving God our best? CC Winans has a song out that they've been playing in rotation. And it says, I'll give you more than this, you know. And a lot of times we think giving more is going to kill us. Giving more is going to take us out. I tease Olivia all the time. You know, she walks through the whole house with that phone in her hand. I said, put the phone right there. Just put the phone right there. Walk and do what you got to do and come back. She looks at me like breath is going to come out of her body. She looks at me like there is no way possible I can take one step without this phone. If you don't put this phone down right here, say it. Because that's what I say. I said, girl, we could be done by now. But what are we doing even with God? Listen, I have 4 alarms that go off every morning. 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:45. So I come up at 7. Right? I'm serious. I have that on my phone. I do that because, you know, I got to make sure Olivia gets to school and I got to get whatnot. But why can't I use one of them 6:30 alarms to get up and pray? I sleep. Lord, I sleep. You know. But now if I would go to bed before 1 o'clock in the morning, you see what I'm talking about? I'm not giving him spirit of excellence. I'm giving him, oh Jesus, I sure am tired. Oh God, I'm sleepy. Right, you know my heart, Lord. Yeah. I know you need to get up too. But now if I gotta go to work, if I gotta get my hair done, if I gotta go do something else, I'm up at that first alarm. That don't sound right, does it? I have band-aids. Anybody can get their toes stepped on today. That's why I have on my slippers, because my toes are already stepped on. What does your spirit of excellence look like? And then ask yourself the even harder question. Am I giving him my excellence? Or am I giving him my leftovers? You see? Because during the day, you know, we got a lot going on. You know, for those of us who are still working, you retired people, you know. Anyway, those of us that's got to get up and go to work and deal with work folk and deal with work stuff and deal with it, you know, and come home. And so now your day is trying to slow down at 10 o'clock. What kind of prayer are we going to give God at 10 o'clock? What it look like? It gives sleep one. It gives, Lord, I just. Now I'm out. Because your body, as long as you keep it moving, your body works with you. But when you sit down and your body's like, oh, we done sat down, it will take over. I tease the good elder all the time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, snore. I'm telling you. But think about that. Where in our day can we give God our excellence? Everybody's not a midnight prayer. Everybody's not a rise up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But there is somewhere in this cycle that we can give our excellence. Not our prayer on our way out. Not our thank you God for getting me home. Where is that space on that clock that gives and say, right here, I can give excellence? I'm not saying that you ignore your children. I'm not saying that you ignore your spouses. But I am saying find a space on that clock where we can give him our excellence. And here's the next thing I want us to make sure we understand. Excellence is not dealt or measured in quantity. It is measured in quality. Okay? You can pray 2 hours and ain't said a word. I'm just saying. And Lord, I thank you. And da-da-da-da-da. And da-da. And you haven't said a word, and he ain't said a word back either because you've just been talking for 2 hours. You see, but when you come and you have your seat and you sit down, Lord, I thank you. And in that moment, be in that moment. Now, Daniel trained himself because they prayed how many times a day? 3 times a day. So he had a program every day. Oh, thank you. He had a regiment. What is our regiment? Now, let us be clear about this regiment. If your regiment is at 7 a.m. and Jesus accepts that and receives that, and he wants to talk a little more at 10, you can't be like, I already talked to you at 7. I already talked to you at 7, Jesus. You see what I'm saying? We got to be open to whenever he wants to talk. Open to whenever he wants us to do something. Because we're forever open for a blessing. Whatever way you bless me, Lord, I'll be satisfied. Hallelujah. If you want to bless me 20 times on Friday, I'll take it. Yes, Lord. You know, but he want to talk to you twice on Friday. Well, you know, it's Friday. It's the weekend. I got things to do. When it's absolutely nothing. Your wings are not going nowhere, and I'm talking to me. Okay, in Jesus' name. Let's keep going. All right, Daniel 6, verse 3. Then this Daniel distinguished himself above the governors and satraps because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king gave thought to setting him over the whole realm. So the governors and the satraps sought to find some charge against Daniel concerning the kingdom. When we give God our spirit of excellence for him, not so everybody can see it, not because everybody can send you up, you did that. As we give it unto him, someone is going to notice. Your enemies are going to pay attention and be like, And I'm going to tell you something else, and sometimes it's not always your enemies. It could be folk that's sitting on the same row with you in church, the row ahead of you, the row behind you, the people who brought you in. That's what David said. He said, what the people out in the street, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, it's not the people out in the world that was trying to set me up. He said, the folk that I came into the house of God with. Now that's the sad part. We should all be on the same page and worshiping the same God and being excited. I should be excited for Sister Tawana. I should be excited for Sister Tamara. Not sitting there side-eyeing and like, Who does that? And unfortunately, we do that in the church. So sometimes you got to almost have blinders on. That you got to say, I'm going to do this for God no matter who see it, no matter who don't see it, even if you don't like it. Oh well, kick rocks and go about your business. Why? Because my spirit of excellence is unto the Father and not to the folk in his pews. You see, we can win souls to Christ when we operate in the spirit of excellence and not in our own flesh. Let me say this. You know, a lot of times we have this, this is one saying that aggravates me to no end. I'm just keeping it 100. Oh, God. Let me tell you why I don't like that. Because a lot of times when people tell me, I'm just keeping it 100, that's your way to tell me off and you don't want me to say nothing back to you. And I'm just being real. No, you're being nasty. I'm just telling you how I feel. No, you've been wanting to tell me off and you hiding behind this. I'm just keeping it 100. Because if I give you back that same 100, you see. Because a lot of times we bully people in the church. We are bullies. But I'm just telling you what the Lord said. And if somebody doesn't know, they'll be like, well, I guess you all right. Only when somebody tried to be like that. Well, I'm just telling you what the Lord said. I said, well, you know what? The Lord got a better disposition. So when you find it, then you come and talk to me about it. Listen. Our kindness doesn't mean we lay down. Let us be clear now. Our kindness and our love for Jesus. Because what happens is people want you to be more saved than them. They want you to hang on to hold on to God's unchanging hand. And they nowhere near his changing hand. And so now they want to keep it 100 and tell you how they feel about it. And you're supposed to just stand there and be the good Christian. That is not how that works. Let us be clear. You don't have to walk over me in order for me to be a Christian. You don't walk over people even in your place of authority. Do you let folk talk to you any kind of way at work? Okay. So as I'm saying, we've got to stop manhandling. And what we'll do is we try to handle people and not handle problems. We need to handle the problems, but not handle the people. Because we are all what? Grown. Everybody here except for the retired people. We sign a W-2. That means we're grown. We got bills. We pay taxes. All right. Retired people, y'all don't go to work. Retired people don't have to deal with folk no more like that. Retired folk, y'all stay in the house. Okay, I'm sorry. You got it. All right. That's right. Deep said he retired too. So Daniel knew that the main person that he was working for was an audience of one. And that was God. Because he needed God to be pleased with him. He needed God to see him, regardless as to what everybody else saw. Daniel said, I want God to be pleased with me. Is that all right? All right. So now, by Daniel living the right life in front of God, those who were watching became jealous. Those who were watching felt some kind of way. You ever work at a job and all of a sudden there's a problem? Now it's a problem. Because somebody, the president, walked by and called you by your first name. Somebody in power came out of their lofty tower and came by and walked through the office. Hey, hey, hey. But when they got to you, hey, how are you? And how is it? And what's going on? You know what I'm saying? They spend a little bit too much time with you. That's how people become jealous. As long as you are on the same page with folk, they're all right with you. But the minute promotion comes, or the minute that your name comes up just a little bit too more often, that's when jealousy sets in with people. And that's when that spirit of sabotage, sometimes in our spaces of work, set in. Anybody ever dealt with that?
Yeah.
Right now? Right now? Right now? Right now. And so in those moments, though, here's the thing I want you to see. God will show you what the enemy is doing, but still tell you to keep your mouth shut. Ain't that tough? What is that? Get a headache over. Now listen. When God allows you to see that, your humanity is like, say what? I got something for that. Meet me on the playground, 3 o'clock by the swings, and we'll settle it. Old school, right? But that's not what he's allowing you. Oh, who said don't show up? Oh, they don't show up. So here's what's happening. God is giving you insight as to what's happening. So you're not blind. Can't nobody blindside you. You still can't say nothing. But you're not being blindsided. Because what it say Daniel was doing? Daniel was still operating in an excellent spirit. All right? Daniel was still operating. You can't change the excellent spirit that you're working in. Because if you change and then now you want to combat them, you may not come out. You may cuss them out. I get that. You going to feel good for about 20, 30 seconds. But the long haul, because see, now everybody going to the principal's office, including you. Everybody being rolled up, including you. Right. And that's my favorite. I thought you was a Christian, but today I laid my religion down. Okay. So that is where we have to always, and I know always is a mighty long time, and always is a heavy word, that our prayer, Father, keep me in a spirit of excellence. Keep me in a place of prayer. And now in my prayer, I can't bust out with Lord, fire him in Jesus' name. No. No. There is no Lord fire them. There's no Lord knock them out. There's no Lord trip them up. Because no, can't burn up nothing either. No, we're going to sacrifice no burnt offering. In your spirit of excellence, you keep doing what you are supposed to do. Okay? And the longer you keep doing what you're supposed to do in that spirit of excellence, already know it's going to make it matter. Okay? I had a boss. I had been with that company maybe 6 years. And when he came in, the Holy Spirit told me, he said, he's going to try to become your boss. Okay? Within 3 months, he had convinced them to make him my boss. Now, I've been here a lot longer than you, but that's all right. So I had to do what? I had to remain in the spirit of excellence. And I'm not going to tell you it's easy. Honey, I was complaining every day in the car going to work, in the car coming back from work, and God, and the Lord says, I'm not concerned about him. He says, I'm building something in you. Now, for a moment, I was like, I don't care about what you're building in me. I want you to get him out my way. That's right, Brother Jimmy. Listen. And so, he gave me a new set of eyes. Let me tell you. So the next day when I went to work, now I've been in this company for 6 years. When I tell you I know everybody from the top to the bottom to the left to the right, you still trying to find your way. So this particular day, the CEO and the COO was walking the halls. And they came by, hey. They stopped. Hey, Michelle, hey, how are you today? And we talked, the three of us. Who am I talking to? The CEO and the COO for 20 minutes. They knew who I was. We were chatting and carrying on. Me. Because my cubicle was right outside his office. You know, I tell you, your ears be red. Listen, I could have put some s'mores on them ears, boy. Listen, that's how red hot he was, you know. And so when they left, he could not wait to come over to the cubicle. Michelle, what were you talking to them about? I'm all for it. Well, they inquired to know how I was doing today. They asked about my mother and father. You know, I want him to know everything because I want you to know they know me more than they know you. Go ahead, Elder.
Okay, when they left, did they leave the building?
No.
They couldn't have been me. I would have, hold on, let me go get them.
We can all talk. We can all talk about it. But he was livid that they took time to talk to me. Within 2 years, he was gone. See, it doesn't always happen overnight. That endurance part, listen, you got to be ready for that endurance part, right? Go ahead, Rod. Yep, family came. I can't believe you did that. Because sometimes people will bully us. You see. But I'm just telling you, listen. Fighting God's way always wins. The thing about that though is, it's not in our time. Now listen, don't get it twisted. I've slipped up. I am not. Listen here. Holy Spirit, keep me on this side of the table, so I don't jump across that side of the table and choke your life out. Go ahead. What are you about to say, Miss Kim?
I've been for 2 years.
Right.
I've been dealing with this for 2 years.
Right.
They ain't gone yet.
So then your prayer, God, has become, God, what haven't I learned?
I've been quiet now, but now they think they can talk to me crazy. It's always
Is that you too, Sister Tuan? Okay, but see this. You say bathroom prayer not working? Okay, so essentially now in this moment, the next time you sit before God, what am I missing? What am I missing? Well, you gotta find some time in that 24 hours. Well, he's told you what he needs you to do.
Also, are you praying for them?
No. It's like it irritates their demons more.
But now, that's what you're stirring up, because you never know. I come to when somebody is like that,
I got
pray
you,
for
sister.
them.
Wow.
I pray for them.
Mhm.
Let the Lord open up their eyes.
Mhm.
Even though as the demons get stronger, God's Spirit is working with them. He's working with them. I know it gets stronger. You get it. Okay. Again, but you still got to keep praying for them. God, they're from God just like we are. They just don't know Him like we know.
Right. That's not God. Yes, let's go with that. All right, Sister Taylor.
And also, what I learned and what I'm learning, because I have confidence, right? But God told me, He said, what you should get is you should get something in your obedience. You will get something like that. And so, I was like,
Go ahead, Sister Taylor. So you can help Sister Star. Go ahead.
because it's like this. When God had the children of Israel going around that mountain, had they been obedient the
First time.
but they missed it.
They missed it.
Years. I don't want to be like them.
Right.
We did what it's supposed to be right now.
Right.
So we don't have to go around this mountain.
Exactly. Because scholars say it was just an 8-day walk.
Right.
8 days versus 40 years.
And that's why I feel like if I keep eating stuff, it's like I didn't do it, right?
Mhm.
I must be disobedient in that moment. So I'm praying because it's a humbling experience for me. It humbles me because Cameron had a comeback, baby. My mouth is outside, but you know, I'm just saying. It just prepares you for that next level. That's
Right.
just how last year.
That's good.
Hard, but it's fair.
All right, now, I love Sister Tawana. Sister Tawana's like, no, pray for me. So here we go. In these moments, it's good to have prayer partners. Because I'm going to tell you, it's not always easy to go into that battlefield by yourself. You know, if you need, hey y'all, I'm going in the office there at 9 o'clock at 8:57. If y'all is not praying, y'all gonna find me on TV. Is that you? But you're so in those moments, you can put that in the thing. Come on, Brother Jimmy, what you got?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How should you handle this situation?
Okay.
I fell around about 2 months ago. I failed and I hurt myself.
Okay.
Okay, and this person I used to talk to every day, we're real close.
Mhm.
And when the supervisor told me to get a statement from him,
Mhm.
I ain't seen nothing. So from that day to this day, that's an exception.
I understand.
You know, so how should I handle it?
So, you go ahead, Elder.
So what I want you to get a statement from him. The people that see me fall on the floor, him and Thomas. I went to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go around the curve, you know, like the drain, the water was up off the floor like this.
Okay.
And my feet went underneath it and I hit the ground.
Okay.
And my chest was hurt, you know, off the
What
ground.
are you talking about?
Yes. So when I haven't spoke to him from that day to this day.
Drake
saw him. Yeah.
But you say your supervisor told you to get a statement from him.
Yeah.
Said your supervisor, go to him and say, I need a statement.
Well,
He got the right.
Yeah.
she is the
That's
type,
really his job.
she is the type who will call you in the office and say, what happened?
Then if the supervisor don't do that, you go with his
Do
family.
you have an HR department? Do you have an HR? Okay.
Well, you know, anyway, they said, well, I went and told her I need to go to the doctor, right?
Right.
And she said I came to her and told her that I need to go to the drug test. And then she came back and said that I lied to her this and that. You know, I don't want to argue with you. I never lied to you from the get-go.
Right. Right.
And then she tell me, well, if you can't live no more than 10 pounds, well, I'm going to put you on margarita acid. So I had to go back to the hospital and sign the paper where I can live 50 or whatever you want me to live. Because I need my job. Bills don't stop.
That's true.
You know.
You don't need to be hurting your body either, so I.
Shoot, baby, my chin hurt me so bad. Oh my God.
It still hurts?
No, ma'am.
So here's what I would, I have an HR department to do, but they are technically, they have been on the job responsible for your medical. And they should have sent you to.
Well, if I would have got administration leave, it's going to be without pay.
Right.
But see,
That's why we're here to sign the paper. I'm going back to work.
Go back to
Even though
work.
I've never stopped working.
Right.
I'm still doing my same job. I do the corner care, all this everything. I'm still doing my
So here it is. The foundation is that they've injected a, if you don't, we'll let you go.
Basically, yeah.
They've injected, now, they're wrong. Hear me now. They're wrong, but I see what Brother Jimmy's saying. We can fight this, but fighting it unemployed ain't gonna pay not one bit. So I understand what you're saying, Brother Jimmy. So at the end of the service, we're gonna pray concerning that, and then Sister Star, I want you all to find something where he can, because really he's gonna have to move around the company. Does that make sense? The company doesn't need to know what you're doing until they see what you're doing. So, but I get what you're saying. Now, go back to what you said about this gentleman, the one that you were friends with, and now that y'all are not that tight anymore. Okay, watch this. And that's fine. The thing that has to happen for you, Brother Jimmy, is that you don't set up anger in your heart. That you just like, okay, God, fix my heart. And that's fine. Listen. And that's humanity. Oh.
Yeah, I do. And he comes over there with us. When we talking, he want to get it in the conversation. I walk away. Yeah, I walk away. I don't know.
You cannot.
Okay, so here we go. So everything is not instantaneous. Some things are in process. Okay, go back to when your first love, when you broke up with them. It did not happen overnight that you was all right, right?
No.
It's a process. Same thing, even as an adult. It's a process for God to do what? To heal our heart, right? So that's going to be our prayer. We're going to pray afterwards. We're going to pray concerning that situation, Brother Dennis. But here's the thing. When people hurt your feelings, here's the thing that I had to learn. When people hurt my feelings, and 2 weeks later, it's still running rent free in my head, I don't have that much time to run. I don't have that much time to have it keep running in my head. So now I ask the Lord 24, 48 hours at the most to run rent free in my head. But while I'm thinking about it, all right, God, make sure it doesn't set up in my heart. Make sure that I don't get a hard heart about this.
I do find myself at times, when I pray for everybody on the job.
There you go.
Even her.
Yes. And the Bible talks about that. It's like heaping coals of fire.
And something else, I have realized, okay, now,
got, basically my wife fired, okay?
Okay.
And now she all on her Facebook page,
Okay.
trying to see what she doing and this and that.
The young lady's on your Facebook page. You gonna make Brother Jim beat her at the swings at 3 o'clock. No, he is fine. It is well. He's supposed to defend you. Oh, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
It's all right. We family. We family.
It's okay. All right, come on and forgive him. So, here we go. So, Daniel remembered the Lord his God. And while Daniel is operating and remembering the Lord his God, the people who are watching him are now scheming and conniving, because now Daniel is about to become over them. Daniel is now about to be, their supervisor. Now let's look right here. Verse 6, it says, start from verse 5. Then these men said, we shall not find any charge against this Daniel unless we find it against him concerning the law of his God. So these governors and satraps thronged before the king and said to him, King Darius, live forever. Verse 7. All the governors of the kingdom, the administrators and the satraps, the counselors and advisors have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree. Now, why is everybody making decrees and he's the king? So in other words, they've gone behind the king and talked to everybody else. Jeff, that's right. Let's keep reading. That says, have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree that whoever petitions any god or man for 30 days except you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions. Verse 8. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing so that it cannot be changed according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which does not alter. Therefore, King Darius signed the written decree. All right. King, you let the people tell you what to do. Because Darius was okay. Because he's the one who said, I'm going to consider Daniel to be one of the 3 governors that's going to be over this whole thing. And so then when people got to scheme and go behind your back, because it also says that they couldn't find nothing about Daniel that was egregious, couldn't find nothing about Daniel that was horrible. So what did they do? They came after him and his God.
They had followed him and watched him praying.
And watched him. There you go. So people are watching you. So, Mr. Warner, even though you're not saying anything to the people, there are people who are watching you like, man, that old Tawana might have kicked them in the throat. But this new Tawana, boy, and they don't realize that this new Tawana is struggling. Let me tell you something. Even though we're saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, we remember before we got saved. Does anybody remember what you was before you said yes to the Lord? Right. And sometimes it's within arm's reach. Like, hey, wait, oh, there it is. Right? Because if people can get you off course with God, they can get you off course with the remainder of your life. Because the fact that you said, all right, God, now I'm, and as long as we stay home in our houses, we can serve Jesus awesomely, can't we? It's easy to serve the Lord in the house. By yourself or with your significant other, and we all serving Jesus, But it's when you get in the car and you're backing out and you're headed toward, you ain't even got to the job yet. That's when you got to be like, Lord, I said I was going to serve you today. But this car didn't cut me off. This car riding on my behind. This car don't know how to go ahead. OMG. Is that him? Sometimes it's easy to serve God in the house. But it's what you learn inside the house you got to take with you outside the house, right? And so when we're on our way, you have to realize the enemy wants you to love that you have for God. He don't necessarily want to love back to him. He just don't want you to love God. He doesn't want you to serve God. You ever see people, well, if you ain't gonna be with me, you ain't gonna be with nobody? Is it? I saw this video with this young lady, this young man, and evidently the man was trying to break up, and she said, you got three choices. Either I'm going to be with you, you're going to be with me, or we're going to be together. Pick. It was like, pick one. But think about that with God. God, I'm going to be with you. And God, I need you to be with me. And God, we're going to be together. Right?
That's cool for God.
That's cool with God. Now the rest of the list and everybody else. So here we go. So Daniel is minding his business by staying in relationship with God. We must mind our business by staying in a right relationship with God. Right? And here's the other thing about it. Everybody's not going to be where you are. So wherever you are in God, and the next thing we got to stop doing is stop trying to compare where we are in God. Okay? There is no you ahead of me, and there's no I'm behind you. It could be, I've dealt with what you dealt with. Come on, sit next to me. I'm going to help you get through it. It could be, listen, I've seen how you come through that last thing. Can you talk to me and show me how, to be perky all the time? Because, listen, I'm trying to be like Dr. LaShawn. I love her. I love her. She says, blessings. Hi. And I hear it on the phone. That's my new goal. Blessings. Blessings, beloved. I love it. Right? So I'm going to learn how she does that outside of just the words. Because it comes from her heart. You see what I'm saying? So, we have to work together in concert. And not be like, Because then we do that, then we're defeating ourselves. Our group right here. Listen, lean on somebody. Call somebody. Now, seriously, now, listen, if it's a struggle on your way to work, and you put it, listen, you put everything else into that group chat.
Yeah.
Right? We got everything else in the group chat. So put it out in the group chat. Going into a meeting, 8 a.m. If y'all don't pray now, catch me on CNN.com. I'm just saying. Listen, because sometimes, what it says, the effectual, fervent prayers of the righteous do what? Avails much. Righteous. Well, honey, we're going to be righteous for you in that moment. Now, I'm serious now. Put it in the text. Right? Right. The retired people, they can come. Now, I want to talk to my retired people. You ain't old enough to be retired. Elder Johnson. Now, you worked in the medical field, right? Tell us how you made it. Not just made it to retirement, but how you just made it, period.
A lot of times I feel that people, meaning that people will show you who they are. And once you know who they are, I realize that a lot of times people act out at work because they cannot act out at home. And because they can't act out at home, this is the only place that they can act out.
Exactly.
So I look at them and I'm like, no, it's got nothing to do with me. It's got to do with them.
Okay.
Now, there are times I've had to say, you know what? I don't know what your problem is, but guess what? I'm not it. I don't want to be it. And I would suggest you don't come to me.
I like that.
And I don't say it in a nasty way. I call it point of because
You need a script for that?
and I remember one nurse, and she was like I said, so her hair was more kinkier than mine. Her lips were bigger than mine. Her buttons behind was bigger than mine. And she said something. I told her, you have a black woman. I said, what? I said, and I keep sometimes when I say things, I don't. I'm not yelling and stuff like that. But
All right. All right. All right. I call her grandma. This is my other mom. So now you retired and you worked at a university. Okay, so tell us an incident where you were able to kind of keep your cool even though you wanted to bat somebody in the eye. Oh, okay.